response to your requests, what we're going to do is to repeat the words today, written by Anonymous. As you know, Anonymous writes some fine stuff. And this happens to have been rescued for me by somebody from the pilot's lounge at Buffalo International Airport. And here are the words. "'Twas the night before Christmas all over the place when we were confronted by an old flying ace. There was icing reported in turbulent air. He said, file me a flight plan. I got to get there. Outside sat his aircraft all ready to run, and the old man walked out to that P-51. Bad weather's no problem, he silently mumbled. The prop came to life. The big Allison rumbled. He eased in the throttle. The roar shook the ground. He taxied on out, turned it around. He went through the run-up and seemed satisfied. Then he said to himself, I'm in for a ride, so he lined it up straight as he poured on the coal. The tail wheel came up as he started to roll. Up off the runway, he sucked up the gear, and that mighty V-12 was all you could hear. He screamed overhead with a deafening crack. The blue flames were flying from each shiny stack. He pulled up the nose and started to climb. No ice on that airframe. It didn't have time. On top of the weather, with the levers all set, he looked up above him and saw a Learjet with jet fuel and turbines. There just ain't no class. Gimme pistons and props and lots of avgas. Now he was approaching where he wanted to go, but the weather had covered the runway with snow. How will he land? We just have to guess, because the only way in was a full ILS. Then over the marker he started his run. The ceiling was 0, visibility none. Still going 300, and he felt the need for an overhead brake to diminish his speed. Over the numbers he zoomed like a flash, pulled into his brake, and just knew he would crash. Oh, why do they do it on these kinds of nights? Then over the threshold he saw landing lights. I'm on a short final with 3 in the green. I can see enough runway to land this machine. And then he tied down that Mustang, and they all heard him say, next year, I'm sticking to my reindeer and sleigh.